You know, after a disappointing turnout for early voting, political experts say it's time for Texans to truly step up and make their voices heard in today's Super Tuesday primary. So polls around North Texas, they opened up around 7 o'clock this morning and they plan to close at 7 this evening, unless, of course, there are any issues at polling places. Now, we do have team coverage this midday, looking out for any problems that might arise, as well as major issues on the ballot affecting North Texans. We've got our Richard Solomon in Richardson, Chris Sadeghi is in Grapevine, and we're going to begin with Chris.
Yeah, Cleo, the line here at Grapevine Public Library, it's been about that long for the morning since we've been out here, about that far outside the door, but we were here when people started lining up even before the polls opened at 7 a.m. And at least so far, the ones we've talked to have said that things are running smooth here. I talked to a few voters that said the line for the Democratic primary shorter, moving much faster. One woman told me it took her about 5 minutes total. The line for the Republican primary longer. One told me about 30 minutes there. Understandable, since Texas, a traditional red state, and Republicans do have a higher profile presidential primary between Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. Now, the biggest race on the Democratic ballot is the primary for U.S. Senate, where 9 candidates are vying for that nomination and the opportunity to try and unseat Republican incumbent Ted Cruz come November. We reported earlier in the week that early voting numbers were down compared to the 2020 primary. We'll wait and see how the election day turnout compares, but voters we talked to were pleasantly surprised by the lack of long lines, at least to this point.
It was pretty nice. We got here early. We saw them setting up a bit. We got into line. It turned out the line was shorter for our party, which is ominous in one way, but it got us out faster.
And we are entering that lunch hour when we might see people try to slip away from work to get their vote in. And we also typically anticipate another rush after people get off work and try to get in line at their polling location before the polls close at 7 p.m. So that's the situation out here in Tarrant County. How do things look in Dallas County? For that, I'm going to send it out to Richard Solomon.
Well, yeah, Chris, we spent pretty much the whole morning going back and forth between different polling locations in Dallas County as well as Collin County. And I'm told from poll workers there at the different polling locations as well as election officials in both counties, hey, things are going pretty smoothly here, which is what I hear you're dealing with over there in Tarrant County. But I want to run you off some information that I just got a message from Dallas County election officials a few minutes ago. As of 10:50 this morning, 25,759 votes have been casted so far. So what we're expecting within the next 30 minutes or so, different polling locations will update the number of people who have voted at their specific location. So as of 9:30 this morning, with the location that I'm at the church here in Richardson, 98 people have voted. That's both Democratic and Republican. So moving a little bit north to Collin County, I spoke with Bruce Sherbet over the phone. He says as of 10 this morning, they voted 8,600 people. And at their polling locations, look, they're not seeing a long wait. They're running into no issues at all. So things are going well for them up there as well. If you haven't come out to vote today, he has a little bit of advice for you. And we also spoke with a voter moments after he casted his ballot.
You might be seeing names you haven't seen before. So it's always good if you can get online, do a little research before you go into the polling place. It just makes you feel more comfortable.
Well, currently, I just feel like I'm not really in approval of how things are going right now as far as the Texas legislature and all of that. So I wanted to make a change in that.
So some advice for you. Sherbet says do not wait until last minute. Do not wait until the last hour to come out to vote, because that's when you can expect to see those long lines. Now, if you want to kind of track the progress at the polls and forecast turnout and wait times, you can do that by going to your county election website. We'll give you another live update here at 11:30 this morning, but for now, reporting live in Richardson, I'm Richard Solomon. Back to you, Cleo, in the studio.